On the economy and on inflation, I would say inflation is clearly moderating. The disinflation is clear, but it's still sticky. We were just talking, I was at an event yesterday with a handful of CEOs, and most of whom are here speaking today. And we all kind of agreed it's still there, it's in the system. Companies are used to getting price. They plan to get more price. The customer, whether it's a consumer or an institutional business B2B customer, is used to absorbing the price. And so it's in the system. Wages are still sticky. There's some commodity price inflation. So, supply chains are still not fully normalized. So it's just stickier. And I think the Fed obviously sees that. Employment is strong. The consumer is very resilient. Maybe a little bit of weakness at the lower end, but broadly quite resilient. And the fiscal spend, particularly in the United States, but I'd say globally, but particularly in the United States, is a big tailwind. So in terms of GDP growth, you get a lot of fiscal impulse. So our view is a soft landing is still the base case. It seems to be fairly well baked in the cake. There's risk to it, of course, but it seems like the most likely scenario. Fed policy is basically working, I think, as designed. I think the lags are longer. I think because we had such a unique experience in the pandemic and all the stimulus, which was extraordinary, we're seeing longer lags than would be the traditional kind of lags you would see in monetary policy. But their policy, I think, is basically working. It's putting some brakes. There are signs of slowdown. It's not dramatic, but you can see the economy getting a little bit softer. And I think if you're the Fed, you really have to slay the inflation dragon. The worst thing they can do is take their foot off that brake too fast. And inflation doesn't really get subdued, and you end up having it come back, and then they're a little bit chasing it, which was what happened in the 70s. This won't be anywhere near as pronounced as the 70s, but they have to make sure that doesn't happen.